The tail end of this season could easily be renamed Season of the Fusion Rifle Hell. Xur has delivered God-rolled fusion rifles straight into the hands of every Guardian after a fusion rifle rework earlier in the season that ended up taking faster firing fusion rifles and precision frames and catapulting them straight to the top of the meta. And personally, I blame Fallout for the overabundance of these things. I kid, but seriously, whether these fusion rifles are overpowered or not is not the topic of discussion in this video. However, I personally really enjoy using fusion rifles, and I used them a ton last season, although my usage this season is much lower, as I've been gravitating towards double primary gameplay, as you've seen in the videos I've been posting, and also getting back into sniping, which I've been posting a bunch of that, and streaming a bunch of sniping as well. But the topic of this video instead is about highlighting a way that you could choose to play in order to flip the tables on those fusion riflers in the Crucible, whether it's in Trials or in quick play or anywhere else. You can literally set out to ruin a fusion main's day and completely succeed on that front, and I'm going to show you how. But first, I want to let you know about a product that could be a serious boon to your self-care and to your relationship with your partner, man. Hey gentlemen, Valentine's Day right around the corner. It's a season of love. You want to make sure that you're presentable, that you're taking care of yourself. Hygiene is important. So Manscaped has you covered on literally all fronts, and we're going to talk about it. They got the Performance Package 4.0, and in this, you're going to get everything you need to get up and running with your personal hygiene. You've got the Lawnmower 4.0. This is like the Mona Lisa in this thing, I'm telling you what. So this razor has skin-safe technology, no nicks, no cuts, and this is going to take care of your hair, because hair traps and oils and odors down south, and you want to take care of that, make sure it's pretty well contained. So that's going to get you covered there. And next, you got the Crop Preserver. This is going to be your ball deodorant, so you put this on after you get out of the shower, beginning of the day, and then later in the day, if you want to make sure that you're, still staying fresh, you got the Crop Reviver for that refreshing spritz later in the day. Keep those odors and oils at bay. Last thing that you get in the Performance Package is the Weed Whacker Nose Hair Trimmer. And this thing, no tugging, no pulling, no matter where you're using it, right? Because let's be honest, nose hair is friggin' gross. Your partner leans in for a kiss and they're like shooting out your face holes. That's disgusting. So take care of that. But that's not all. If you get the Performance Package 4.0, they're also going to throw in the Shed travel bag to keep everything in, and they're going to throw in a pair of anti-chafing boxers as well. I'm telling you guys, I've started using Manscaped for literally everything, because this isn't all of what they have to offer. They've expanded their product line. They've got underarm deodorant now. They've got shampoo and conditioner. They've got body wash. They've got cologne, body spray. They've got exfoliants. I mean, everything you could need for your own personal care, they've got your bases completely covered. So that's my one-stop shop now. And the best thing about it is that they use their just uniform, refined scent, which is fantastic. It's masculine, it's clean, and we have this tendency to just mix and match all these odors. You get one brand of deodorant, you get a different brand of body wash, you get a different brand of body spray, a different brand of cologne, whatever it may be, and they just end up being this mixed-matched hodgepodge of scents. That's not good. Just keep it uniform. That way you smell exactly the way you want to smell every day. So just use my code Vanguard20 when you check out at manscaped.com. It's going to get you 20% off your entire order with free shipping, both local and international as well. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your partner to prioritize your personal health and hygiene. All right, let's get back to Destiny. All right, listen, I like fusions as much as the next dad, but I'm going to be flat out honest. When fusion rifles are popular in PvP, it's really annoying. Whether or not they're OP is a different matter, but they're definitely annoying and aggravating to play against. So I decided I was going to stick it to these voopers, because the reality that some people seem to completely overlook is that these things can be countered, and you have to make an adjustment. But yeah, they're totally counterable. I mean, I had a guy argue once that the fact that you have to change your playstyle to counter something makes that thing OP, right? He argued, his position was that if I have to change the way that I play in order to counter something, then that thing is OP, because it doesn't let me just play the way that I like to play, right? I think that's not necessarily a good argument. For example, a far superior NFL team still goes into a weekend showdown with a bad team with a plan to counter their strengths, right? That's what makes a good team. A good team is a game plan that understands what the opposition is good at. So if a fusion rifle is good at putting down SMGs, sidearms, and even shotguns sometimes before they get too close, then it's on you to make a change to your plan. So you could change to a slug shotgun that gives you deeper one-hit ranges with hit scan, so you can pop the Vooper before they finish their charge. You can choose to keep your distance until you drop the fusion user and then push in afterwards. Or you can take my personal favorite approach. You can literally decide, nah, I'm gonna send those freaking fusion rifle bolts right back in their face, and it's gonna be a return to sender kind of day. And that's what I've been doing, and it's absolutely hilarious. It's funny because it's not just countering the fusion rifle, it's literally killing the Guardian with their own gun, and that's like insult to injury. That's like Crow versus Cade kind of insult, killing Cade with his own gun, right? If you haven't put 2 and 2 together yet, I'm using the Antaeus wards. For those of you who are like, already I'm tuning out because I'm a Warlock main, I'm a Hunter main, we'll get to you in a second, okay? But in this gameplay, I'm using the Antaeus wards. The exotic boots that they're for the Titan that allow you to reflect incoming damage back at the damage dealer when you slide in their direction. So you can see how that would be really, really strong against fusion rifles. You can throw Telesto goo back at people. You can reflect their fusion rifle bolts of any kind and kill them with their own gun. And you can do a lot of other tricky things with them too. I mean, you can negate a bolt grenade, like an arc bolt, fire bolt, just by sliding into the detonation. But with fusions, you have this understanding of how they work, right? They have a charge time. It can be tough to time your slide correctly against other weapons, but it's really easy to do against specifically fusion rifles. You can literally hear them charging up the fusion rifle as you are pushing them, so you know when it's going to discharge. So I did it all the time, and it's hilarious. It's actually way easier to do in trials and other 3v3 modes because it's easy to know which enemies are the ones using the fusions. You don't have to worry about the chaos of the 6v6 environment. You know, you just slide out and challenge the fusion. But you don't slide right, you don't slide around the corner. Like, you come around the corner running, and then you slide, right? You slide a moment after you come around the corner, and you're golden. And even if the slide doesn't reflect the fusion back and kill the opponent, it still will tank the damage for you and frees you up to do, you know, free damage with a sidearm, SMG, shotgun, your own fusion rifle, whatever. It's free, uncontested damage at that point. So it's basically a win for you. But the wards, like I said earlier, they reflect just about everything. I mean, you can throw Dawnblade swords back at them. You can reflect a Silence and Squall tornado. I did in a previous video earlier this season. You can make that tornado yours. You can reflect grenades thrown at you and make them yours. You can reflect Lorentz drivers and arbalètes, snipers, shotguns. Literally anything that isn't splash damage around you can be made into friendly damage. So these boots are absolutely insane, and I don't know why more people don't use them, frankly. I think people are just so stuck on Dune Marchers that, I mean, they will completely forego anything else that could possibly challenge the way that they play. I don't know why 9 out of 10 Titans I still run into these days are still running Dune Marchers. And I mean, they're great, don't get me wrong, but there's so much other cool stuff as a Titan that you can do that really leans into the Titan gameplay, right? Besides the wards, just remember the basics of fighting a fusion rifle if you're not a Titan, right? Stay close to cover, peek in and out, and bait the fusion shots, right? You have to play smart and patient against a fusion rifle. Hunters are the easiest class to counter fusions with, okay? I play a ton of Hunter, okay, so I'm not just talking out my butt here. They have instant directional change capabilities both on the ground and in the air between the dodge rolls and their jump ability. So you just wait till you hear the charge of the fusion, and then roll, then jump again in a different direction, and just play like you normally play, Hunters. You hear a sound or a duck farts in your zip code, and you just start rolling and bouncing and spinning and all that stuff. You'll be fine. Warlocks. Don't forget that Axion bolts are a perfect counter to fusion rifles. They won't kill the Vooper outright, but it will make them stop charging their rifle and either run away from the bolt, allowing you to pursue, or they'll have to switch to their primary and try to shoot the Axion down, allowing you to push. Or, if they choose to eat the grenade, just jump around the corner or slide around the corner with your primary, slug shotgun, something like that, and finish them off quickly before they can get the Voop off. So you've got lots of options. So, well, hey, I hope you found this video fun and entertaining. Thanks for sticking around, supporting my content. We'll be posting a ton when the Witch Queen drops. There are 50 new weapons for me to try and potentially review. There's new perks, new exotics, new abilities. It's going to be wild. Also, we'd love to have you stop by our live show, Real Gamer Hour, on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on YouTube, on our YouTube channel. It's a podcast that we record live for a great audience every week with myself, MTashed, and Cacus HD. We talk all things gaming, including gaming news, and even some fun gaming community drama sometimes, if it happens to come up. So stop by. We see tens of thousands of listeners are tuning in to our show every month on Spotify and Apple, and we'd love to see you become one of our listeners. So be warm and well fed, my friends, and I hope to catch you in the Crucible.